darkness in your eyes. There's no question in your mind, God Almighty, God of mercy.
Hey, Robin.
There's no hiding from your face.
Let's see if I can do this.
There's no striving in your grace, God of mercy.
Thanks, Darren. How is everybody doing today? How is everybody doing? What's going on? Hey, Larry. How is everyone? Just making sure I'm still here. Yeah, okie dokie. Okay. Hey, Amy. What is going on? What is going on, folks? Good morning. Good morning. I'm starting to sound like Larry. Good morning. Good morning. I am so, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. I'm excited about tonight. You have audio, but you can't see me, Glenn, because I don't have my makeup on yet. I am not camera ready, as they say. Good morning. Good morning, Kathy. Typing up the word the Lord gave me this morning. Come on. Let's go, Lar. That's awesome. That is awesome. Come on. Antonio. Heck to the yes. Woke up after 3 and couldn't go back to sleep. Yeah, it's funny. I was tossing and turning all night last night. But and then my alarm for some reason didn't go off. So not quite sure what happened with that. So yeah, there was that, but God woke me up. He's so good. So I figured I'd just jump on early, get this out, because got stuff to do, got stuff to prepare, and so excited about what God is doing. So I'm just going to give we're at 16. Well, there we go. So, okay, let me get into this. Hi, my name is Lisa Perna. For those of you who don't know me, I have a talk show called Touched by Prayer, and tonight I have the very awesome Antonio Sobato Jr. That's right, I do. And if you'd like to follow along with me, you can follow me on, you can go to YouTube. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is Touched by Prayer TV. You can follow me on Twitter, on Facebook at Touched by Prayer, Instagram at Touched by Prayer, and you can also subscribe to my Clout Hub channel 131. Follow me over on Clout Hub. And then you will know when I go live, which is so awesome. They actually tell people. They're like, Lisa's live. So you definitely want to do that. I've also, if you go to my Cloud Hub channel, I've been uploading some past interviews, including Praying Medic. How about that? Hey, Andrea. How are you? Oh, I have to listen, Larry. I haven't had a chance to listen. So I just wanted to pop on here and give you some encouragement. Because especially a lot of people right now, we're going through a transition. We're going through some changes, but we're going through an expansion. We are definitely claiming some new territory. And what do I mean by that? That means that there is some things that God is stirring up inside of us that he's saying, I want you to start doing this. And we might not understand it. Sometimes, we get these ideas and we think, well, maybe that's me, or maybe I'm starting to think something. And God's saying, no, I've put that inside of you. And I've shared that before, that, it says that God will give us our heart's desire. Well, he has already put those heart's desires in. And what I have felt just recently is that there are many who have their assignment has increased or their territory has increased. I was talking to Larry and I was telling him his territory has increased. I saw it in the spirit, but I've seen it for Amy. I've seen it for different people. I've even seen it like for Robin. I know that Robin has been taking some new territory because as you start to grow, as you start to shift, as you start to change, God will start to give you new territory. Well, how do I know? How would I know if I have new territory? Well, number one, God first tells you, this is the territory you're going to take, just like he did with the Israelites. He said, okay, you're going to go to the Amalekites or whatever, Hittites or whatever tights. There was always tights in there, right? Haven't you always noticed that? You know, and I want you to go over there and I want you to take that land. And there were times that scouts went out and the scouts went out and they said, oh my gosh, we can't go there because they're giants and we're merely grasshoppers. But there comes a few that look and say, you know what? I can do this. We can take this land. We can take this land, no problem. That's where God is giving the people the land. Those who are not afraid to go into this new territory. And so God will give you, he'll say, okay, this is the territory that I'm giving you now. This is going to be what you need, what I'm going to give to you. But guess what? It's going to come with a battle. And I say that laughing because it's true. It's going to come with a battle. So if you feel like, oh my gosh, I felt like God said he was going to do this. And then all of a sudden, holy moly, it's like, everybody's been attacking me. My family's going after me and work is going crazy and this is happening and that is happening and my finances and I got a cold and blah, 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 blah. And you just go, on and say, oh my gosh, that's right. It's always a tight. It is always a tight. It's because each of the territories that you are taking was owned by something that doesn't want to give it up. That's right. You need to go in there and you need to be assured that this is where you're supposed to be. And there are times that you can say, well, I don't know if I can do this, but you have to keep going back to, well, wait a second, who gave me this? Who gave me this? Who gave me this dream? Who gave me this idea? Who gave it to me? Well, God did. Well, if God gave it to you, God's going to help you do it. If God said, Lisa, I want you to go to media, okay, I'm going to go to media. But Lord, who am I going to invite? Well, you start inviting the people that you don't know, and then I'm going to give you new territory, and then you're going to start inviting bigger people. Now, this could be crazy to some people. Like, how the heck did that happen? How did this happen? How did you do this? How did you do that? It's God. It's all God. It's always God. But I listen. I always tell people obedience is key. If you can be obedient in everything he tells you to do, you are going to see breakthrough like you've never seen. So when you get this new territory, there's going to be a struggle. There's going to be work. You're going to have to tend the soil. You're going to have to plant some new seeds. You're going to have to basically expand your tent. Have you ever seen people expand a tent? It's not an easy process. They have to pull everything up. Everything has to come out of the ground. All those tent pegs have to come out of the ground. Then you got to yank and stretch. You got to yank and stretch, and you got to be pulling back and pulling back and pulling back. Hey, Amy. So that's what you're going to do, is you're going to keep pulling and pulling and pulling until it is taut enough so that you can keep stretching. And then you're going to slam that nail into the ground, claiming it, saying, no, this is mine. And why does God always say, there's that verse that says, expand your tent pegs? It's because your family's getting bigger. Your situation is getting bigger. The people that are going to be coming are going to be too much to fit in your small little tent. So God's like, no, you need to expand your tent. You need to open up your tent. You need to increase your tent. As we start taking this new land, this new territory, that's right, now. there are tent pegs. There are tent pegs. So as we start to put those tent pegs into the ground, you have to go get a nail. You have to go get a tent peg, that looks like a huge nail. And you have to go get a hammer and you got to beat that puppy into the ground. It's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. And you know what? Sometimes you need more than one person. Some people can't expand their tents by themselves because it will collapse. So God will send you the people who will help you to expand your tent, who will help to pull those places. Oh, see, there you go, Robin. We're speaking the same language. So what we'll do is we're going to stretch and stretch and stretch and stretch. And then all of a sudden, you're going to start to feel it going down. And you're going to feel that expansion. And you're going to start to say, oh, okay, I'm expanding. And then all of a sudden, the tights come. The Hittites, the Amorites, the Amalekites, all of the tights, they all come. And they come and they try to say, you can't be here. This is not your property. You can't be here. And you have to stand and you have to say, no, this is my property because God gave it to me. This is exactly where I'm supposed to be because God gave it to me. And you have to stand with an assurance. You have to stand and you have to stand your ground. That expression, standing your ground, that means that you're not giving up what's yours. You're going to stand up. You're going to say no more. And that's where I believe the church is right now. We are getting new territory. We are getting a new influence, an influence that we've never had before. You are getting an influence like you've never had before. We're getting some new assignments. We're coming into some new territory. And that new territory is exciting. But there is a battle. And I'm here to encourage you. Don't worry about the battle. You will win. Because if God gave it to you, you're going to win. God is going to stand with you. He's going to stand beside you. He's going to do exactly what he needs to do in order for you to gain that territory. He wants you to have that territory more than you want to have that territory. How about that? Because that territory is going to expand the kingdom. If it's from him, it's going to expand him. And it's going to start to shift and change a culture. That's what I believe has been happening with a lot of different people as we've been increasing those who have been on doing things. We've been increasing. We've been transforming. I mean, even for me going to Restream, hitting more people at once, that has increased. You know, going on to Cloud Hub, that has increased. But most importantly, when God told me to go to Periscope, and he said, I want you to go to Periscope, and I went kicking and screaming because I knew I was going to have to fight some tights. I knew I was going to have to handle with people who didn't want to hear what I had to say, right? They didn't want to listen. They don't want to share. They don't want to, they're going to become a hindrance in the growth. That's what those trolls are. Those trolls are those tights. They're here to stop you and to block you. But what can we do? Well, we have a moderator and we can block them. How about that? You know, and we just keep going. And it doesn't matter how many people listen, because when God is ready to promote, it's going to be a flip of a switch. And then people start to know about you. And you know what? There are people who know about you that you don't even know that they know. They don't even know that you don't even know that they know you. And that sometimes is a blessing in disguise, because sometimes we can get full of ourselves when we think about what we're doing. But if we just stay the course, if we just work the ground and till the soil that we're supposed to do, then God's going to do the rest of it. You know, I was reading, and if you didn't get a chance to read it, Lana Bowser just put out a word. This word was so powerful. Amy, I'm sure you read it. This word is so stinking powerful. And it goes in alignment with a vision that God gave me. And when I read it, I cried because I knew that I was on the right track. God will always send that confirmation to you that says you are on the right track. God will send those people to you and say you are on the right track. You are on the right track. You are building in the right places. You are going to the right places. You are doing the right things. That's exactly what you're going to see. You're going to start to see all of these different people coming alongside. You're going to start reading things and saying, oh my gosh, that's crazy. I just saw that. Or just like I said to Robin, I talked about a nail, and she said, wait, I had a vision of a nail and a hammer this morning. See, God is always confirming. We just have to pay attention. We just have to listen. And I just want to go back to every single time that the Israelites went and they took new territory. They took what was ever there. They took what was ever there. There was so much that was stolen from the Israelites. There was so much that was taken when they were in bondage in Egypt. There was so much that was taken. Well, before you got free, you were in bondage. You were in bondage. What has been stolen from you? That's a mic drop right there. What has been stolen from you? Think about those things. The things that have been stolen from you, when you conquer that territory, you get your stuff back. Because that's where I am right now. I'm like, okay, you know what, Lord? I want my stuff back. I'm tired of the devil coming around and taking my stuff. I'm tired of that type coming around and trying to take my stuff. I'm tired of it. So I really believe that as we're expanding, we're also going to be gaining. We're going to be gaining the things that have been lost and have been robbed. If there's been a time in your life where you have felt that you've been less than or hidden, take that territory. It's time for you to be seen. It's time for you to be heard. This timing right now, I said yesterday on my yesterday scope, I said that we are in the season of the open doors. That's what I felt. This is a season. And just like every season, seasons change. Seasons change. So when the Lord is saying go, when the Lord is saying move, when the Lord is saying conquer, that's when you want to say, okay, Lord, I believe you. I know that this is what you want. I know this is what we're supposed to do. So Lord, I'm just asking you for wisdom. We sometimes have to say, okay, Lord, give me that wisdom. Give me that greater understanding. Give me those messages that I need to have. Give me the clarity that I need. Give me those things, because God's going to do that. He's so good. He's going to do those things. We just sometimes believe that God is so busy up in heaven that he doesn't really care about us. And the truth is he does. He cares about everything. Everything he cares about. And he is a good father. And I had a conversation with someone yesterday, and we were talking about that. This person was saying that, she was afraid. She was afraid to be moving into the things that God had for her, because she didn't know what it was going to cost. See, when we don't know what the cost is, we sometimes think that the cost is going to be too great. But there's a scripture, and it says that there was a woman who once she saw, or maybe it wasn't a woman, but once they saw the treasures that were hidden in the land, they went back and they bought the entire land. They went back and they bought the entire land. That's what God wants us to do. He's saying, I have deposited, excuse me, I have deposited all of these treasures. It's time for you to start to dig them up. It's time for you to uncover the things that I have given to you. In this new land, you will see your new gifting. In this new land, in this new territory, you will see the new people. In this new territory, in this new land, you will see the destiny that I've always had placed in it for you. That's what we're going to see when we get this new territory. So as we're moving and we're saying, okay, this is uncomfortable, and I'm having these fights, and I'm having all this opposition, but God, just like, Craig Harvey says, but God, but God is going with you. God is going next to you. God is going before you. He is going to give you exactly what you need. He is going to help you to take that land and conquer it. Because I am telling you, we are coming into a season unlike anything else. Unlike anything else. It is going to be crazy what God is about to do. It is going to be his most powerful move on earth. That's what he said. He said, it is going to be his most powerful move on earth. And don't you want to be a part of it? That's the invitation. We can sit here, we can pray, we can cast out demons, we can do all these things. But you have to give up your yes. All you have to do is say, yes, I'm in. Yes, Lord, expand my tent. Yes, Lord, give me new territory. Yes, Lord, I will go. Yes, Lord, here I am, send me. It's in our yes that God's going to give you that land. That's where he's going to give you that deed to say, go take your land back. Go take your stuff back, because it's time. So I hope this has blessed you. I hope this has gotten you a little fired up. I hope that you can see how God has been moving in and through your life, and how you're seeing that there are things that you used to sit by and not say anything. And all of a sudden there's becoming this righteousness, this righteous anger that's rising up. And you're like, oh, wait, I can't be like that. And God's like, yes, you can. I created you to be a mouthpiece. I created you to be a voice. I've created you. We all have been created to make the difference. We've been created to make the difference. Don't sit on the sidelines. Get into the game. It's time to take back your territory. It's time to acquire new territory. And it's time to start expanding the kingdom. So I hope that you guys join me tonight on Touch by Prayer with Antonio Sabato Jr. from General Hospital. And we're going to talk about his book on Sabato, The Untold Truth. We're going to talk about his days in General Hospital, because you know I'm going to talk about that. We're going to talk about his new movie studio that he's building. It's going to be power-packed, but most importantly, and this is the thing I really want to talk to him about, I want to talk to him about his faith. I want to talk to him what brought him to Jesus. Because if you see his tweets, and if you don't follow him, follow him. But if it's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and you can go to Cloud Hub channel 131, or you can go to YouTube, or you can even find me on Periscope, because with Restream, you can find me. You can find me. I'm not on Parler, but anyway, we'll share, right? Sharing is caring. But I really want to talk to him about his faith, because that's not something he's had a chance to do. I've been listening to some of his other interviews, and they're great and they're fine. But tonight, we're going to talk about Jesus with him. So I'm super, super excited. I'm super, super excited. All right, guys, I got to skedaddle. Have an awesome, awesome day. If this has blessed you, share this with your friends. And if you have friends who are saying, I don't know, I've been getting lots of warfare, say, hey, wait a second. I got a scope for you to listen to. Because I am telling you that each of the things that God has been doing and has been sharing with you guys, and this is not to toot my horn, because this has nothing to do with me. This is all about him. But some of these messages, when I get the confirmation, I'm like, get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. So I hope this will bless you. All right, guys, I got to go. Love you, and I'll see ya tomorrow. Bye-bye.